platoon firing. Let's do that. Let's get the platoon firing anyway, because it can be quite handy. We'll have that. That's such a shame. I really wanted that as well for my ships. Oh well. What's your technology? I won't use carronade, you see. It was only to lead on to something else. Recruitment, we've already dealt with that one. Agent recruit. When they're dark like this, darkened out, it means that we've already dealt with them. Yeah, you see. Oh. Or have we? Yeah. Yeah, these are already dealt with. Yeah, and that's the one that I moved out, if you remember, to try and convert that northern Indian place over to Protestantism. Right, now my next phase is going to be to increase again the trade. Let's see what we've got at the moment. We've got how much coming in? National summary. We've got 33,500 coming in for tax income, and we're spending 43,500. So we're still 1,000 over, aren't we? I like to have enough from my domestic income to survive without any overseas trade at all. So the overseas trade is a bonus, so we get 15,000 each turn and do it that way. I don't know what my chances of achieving that are. I really don't. But anyhow, let's have a look. This trade, lots and lots of spices. Yeah, we've lost trade to the Ottomans and to the Venetians at the moment. That'll because somebody's blockading their ports, but we've got plenty with elsewhere, so that should be okay. Right, we're upgrading that port there. Let's see, we've got somebody in here. Look, we've got an agent in there. What's he doing there? That's another rake. Well, we'll have him out of there because he's wasting his time in there. We'll put him somewhere where he can spy as well. How about in here somewhere? Where's the town? Here. Tell him, say, somewhere between the two of those two towns. That's probably a good idea, isn't it? So maybe he'll highlight both so I can see both of them at the same time. Right, now then. Before I spend any money, let's work out which regions need the help. See, look, there's still loads of regions like this that need help. I thought changing my government was going to help this. It hasn't done, has it? Look, government type. 49% my government. Why on earth would the government be 49% popular when there are no wars and there's plenty of money around? It just does not make any sense at all, does it? And yet, if you look at the people that I've got in government, they're fairly good at their job, aren't they? I wonder if it's because diplomatic relations, prestige per turn to town wealth in the home theatre. No, you wouldn't have thought it would have been him that's making all the difference, would you? And yet the others are okay. Tax income, repression, -4 cost of land units, -2. So I'm unwilling to get rid of this government because they're pretty good. I could try changing him and see what happens. Nothing, I get rubbish back, I'm afraid. No, it'll only let me do it once. Do I call another election? Yet another one? So I can get a government that... You see, you'd think, wouldn't you, if they vote the government in, that it would be a government that they want. I don't quite understand that, really, why we're so unpopular. Let's have another look at Amsterdam. I want to make sure that that there isn't a minus for changing your government. Clamour for reform. People in government too. I'm going to get rid of the government again, see if it makes a difference. They're obviously not happy with this one. Loads and loads of minuses in that one now. But they're happy with the government now. How strange. The government are now 90% good, but I've lost lots of good people now in the cabinet. So the government that the people like are not the government that I need to run the country, really. See which ones I can get rid of. What about justice, repression across the 9% of the cost of town watch. That's not bad. +1 to repression. I think we'll stick with that. Global tax income. And this one is the cost of army units, isn't it? I don't think it's going to let me. No, it won't let me fire him now. Because I fired one before, if you remember. I kicked a minister before. And then, we'll have a look at the overall income. Oh, yes, it's improved significantly as well, hasn't it? 9,000 and odd. Simply because the government are popular, I think. It's quite surprised me, all of that, really. So, let's have a look again at the regions and see if they're any happier. See if that's what was doing it. Look at that, they're all on green now. Every one of them on green. It's just a very unpopular government. Two very unpopular governments for some reason. I really don't know why. But anyhow, the reason for doing the region check in the first place was to find out which places needed government-type buildings putting in them in order to make them secure. But it does seem as though they're all quite happy now that I've done that. What I need to do next really is upgrade ports, because what ports will do is give an income to the place, but also they'll enable trade. So they give a discrete income as well as trade. That's a commercial port, and that one would be going in here. Does he export anything? Let's have a look, see if he does. He exports sugar. Oh, and cotton. Sugar and cotton. Might be worth doing that one then. Okay, there's one. And what does this place export? This is Guatemala. I don't think it's a very wealthy place, this one. Coffee. It exports coffee. That's about all it exports. I think we're off the ports now. Let's get back on the ports again. Here we are. That's one that hasn't even been built. It's Panama. What does that export? What would it? Oh, it's got loads of sugar that it exports. 19 there. What's that as well? There's a sugar that it isn't exporting at the moment that it could be as well as this one here that it is exporting from. 18 loaves of sugar there. So, I think I might give that one a miss for now. Come back to that one at another time. I'm looking for something a bit more lucrative, really. In fact, I'll tell you what, let's go straight over to India with all those nice gold mines and see if any of the ports over there need to be upgraded. Right, that's a military port, that one. This one. Let's upgrade that one. Okay. Right. And possibly this one. What does this one export? Just cotton, I think. I think I'm already doing Calcutta, so I don't need to worry about that one. Is there another one on this side? I don't think there is. What about Ceylon? Ceylon can be upgraded, and that exports tea. Right. Okay. Now let's have a look at Cuba again, or Hispaniola. Is that Cuba there? I'm pretty sure Cuba had a second port that I could use. What's that? Just farmland. Farmland's the thing I tend to buy when I've got money left over. No, it hasn't. I could have sworn it had two ports, but it hasn't. Okay, I'll just buy the farmland. Now I'm going to whiz through the buildings now, similar sorts of buildings, just to see if I can find any others that need farmland. What was that? That's a Panama one, isn't it? Actually, it doesn't have to be sugar. It can be coffee. Let's have a look, see what is the best. We've got coffee at 13, and we've got... I can't find sugar. Sugar at 17. Oh, sugar's better, actually. Cotton. But cotton's actually risen in price. It's approaching one of the best ones now. I seem to have a lot of sugar, so I'm going to get coffee.